Very much, fellas, and yes, this time last year Andy Hamilton was on this stage facing Antonio Alfinas, the Spaniard, and little did he realise, though he hoped, that he would make it all the way to the final stage. And of course, this time last year, Stuart, James Richardson, you and I were in the commentary box, had that famous victory against Raymond van Barneveld. I described it as probably the biggest shock, certainly one of the biggest shocks in World Championship history. And he'll be hoping to do the same tonight. A job on Andy Hamilton, but somehow I think I've got to go with Eddie Bridgestone.
Yeah, we shall see. Richardson desperate to prove that he isn't a one-hit wonder after two bounce-outs in his first visit to the hockey. Well, there's the first one, hit the bottom wire, and that certainly won't do his confidence any good. But he had his 15 minutes of fame 12 months ago. The walk-on, one of the best we've seen at the Ali Pally. He's walked the walk. What can he do on the hockey? James Richardson, I agree. I mean, you and I sat here 12 months ago, John, and we were pinching ourselves. We couldn't quite believe what we were seeing as he dismantled Barneveld.
Yeah, he was hotter than a Vindaloo curry last year. And he's been for a curry earlier today with his wife Carolyn and his son Joshua, who, even though he's only 14, is on the PDC Youth Tour, and his daughter Paige here in London. Part of his preparation for the big match tonight. The feature of his match last year, as much as anything, was his magnificent big checkout finishing. A 1:45 at a vital time, and a 1:20 checkout, I recall. Brilliant darts he played, and hit Barney with those big checkouts when Barney was sitting pretty, and that hurt the Dutchman. Of course, what hurt him more was when he lost.
100. Yes, and the draw certainly hasn't done Barneveld any favours this year. What a match that should be coming next. Barneveld against young Michael Smith, one of the real young talents of the sport. The crowd getting into it now. 56. There have been, to be fair, since opening night. Record numbers here at the Ali Pally this year.
Well, there's a nice turn. That sets him up should Hamilton fail to take out 136. To hold his throw here, the hammer. That's an awkward dart. He knows it has to change. Well, 96 isn't easy. Got to get that treble 20 to give yourself two darts at the double. Not that treble. Got to come down for treble 19. Missed his opportunity. Hamilton will get, methinks, at least one dart at a double, maybe two.
Well, Andy Hamilton, you have to say, is frustrated, disgusted with the way that he started. But he can put it all right. This will be for 21 darts to win the opening leg.
58. James requires 65.
What a good chance there. And don't forget, Richardson had two bounce outs with his first visit to the hockey. He needs tops. Well, there he goes. Against the throw. The adrenaline is pumping. Is it something about this stage which brings out the best in James Richardson?
Maybe a 20 darter, but he won't be worried about that. It's a W. It's a leg to him, and against the throw, as you say. So what a great start for the man from Rushden in Northamptonshire. 38 years old, 39 in the new year. James Richardson, and well, I hadn't heard a lot about him this time last year, but oh well, there's a 9 score with 3 treble ones. You don't often see that, Stuart.
You do when I'm playing, John.
You're better than I thought, then.
This is more like it from the hammer. He was pretty annoyed with the way he played in the opening leg. But you mentioned that game 12 months ago when he beat the Spaniard Antonio Alcinas in the first. He won 3-2. He was pushed all the way in that deciding set. I remember Alcinas had chances to take a firm grip on that game, and Hamilton found a way to win. It was his toughest game until the semi-final against Whitlock.
That's right, where he came from. Was it 3 sets to 1 down to 5 to win 5-3?
He was he won 6-5. He was 5-4 down, won the last 2 sets.
I think he was 5-3 down at one stage.
So, but Hamilton has had a fabulous year. Eric Bristow alluded to it. He has been there or thereabouts. More of that as the game goes on. Incredible to think, though, John, for all his success, just having a little look at this an hour or so ago, he hasn't won a tournament for 5.5 years, Andy Hamilton. 5.5 years.
And you require 148.
Yes, it's remarkable, isn't it? Say that of Barney and you say he's failing. Say that of, we're all saying Hamilton, is he ever improving? Which is probably true. Well, there's evidence of it. Excellent return there. But now treble 17 a must. The magic of 12 months ago with those big 3-figure checkouts. Not there then. And so to break back immediately, Hamilton. Double 60.
Well, now is that awkward? He's having to move across. Well, that could be kind, actually. Now this is difficult because you've got to lift it over the flight. Double 8.
16.
Well, I think Richardson will begin to sense, if he hasn't already, that Hamilton's far from his best. Now double 10 for 2-0. Oh, just a fraction too far north. And a let off for the hammer. Now can he hammer home this double 8 and level up at 1 leg all? Double 4. Oh, lovely marker. Gotta fancy this. Oh, unlucky. Not his night so far, Stuart.
Well, 7 darts at double from Andy Hamilton. Is he about to be in a spot of trouble? Double trouble. 2-0 Richardson. Hamilton averaging 69 and can't buy a double.
And that's exactly what I thought Hamilton would do. What Richardson did there. Similar marker. Richardson used it perfectly. Hamilton almost did. But got to lift himself. Only 43 here. And already Richardson will sense that this...
43.
Well, he gets 43 a different way.
Only a couple of weeks ago, Andy Hamilton was on the verge of one of the best wins in his career. 9-5 up against Phil Taylor in the quarter-final to the Players' Championship. Lost. Taylor won 5 consecutive legs, and I just wonder how much that might just take out of Hamilton. It's bound to affect him.
I watched that at home and he got very, very nervous. I remember he missed a big 20. He missed chances at double top by a long way to see Taylor off, and I think nerves really got to him. We often forget that that's an element of the game that all these players have to overcome. It is a very difficult problem sometimes. And the nerves are so strong that you just can't feel the dart in the hand on your arm. He was throwing from memory.
100.
The worry so far for Hamilton is that his first dart in the main has been dropping below the treble 20 bed, which is the worst possible lie. That's a bit better. But as soon as it drops below, he has to switch. No rhythm,
60.
No rhythm for Hamilton at the moment.
118.
98 left. Go across for treble 80.
58.
Well, that leaves him handy on 60, so a must-ton finish for Andy Hamilton. 45-year-old from Stoke-on-Trent. Good first dart, solid. And that as well. That will lift the hammer. That will give him something now to build on. Nail your opponent like that a few more times, and we'll be wondering what we were talking about at the early nerves.
Richardson here throwing for the first set. An opening leg, all important, that break of throw, and another loose dart from Andy Hamilton to start the throw.
80.
He's at odds with himself at the moment. Slow start to the World Championship, but he was exactly the same 12 months ago against Alcinas. Good luck with the adding up. He beat Alcinas, Van der Voort, Chisnall, Huybrechts and Whitlock before losing that final to Adrian Lewis.
24.
Yes, this is a very disappointing leg after that lovely 100 checkout, treble 20 double tops. Thought that he'd got himself fully focused, but the focus is now with Richardson, no doubt about it, should win this leg, and with it, the opening set.
Doesn't have the pronounced follow-through, Richardson. Needs this, needed that, it keeps it in the leg. But Richardson has still got 6 darts from here.
Well, it just goes to demonstrate how poor Hamilton's been in this leg. Hits a 180, and he's still trailing by 81. Now, with Richardson having only scored 22 there is an opportunity for Andy Hamilton. Must hit a 140, you feel. Not going to. Minimum is 97. Gets that to leave 120.
116.
Tops he needs.
76.
Well, Andy Hamilton,
120.
I've seen him do this so many times in this situation. Got to do it here to stay in this opening set.
Needs the treble. Desperately needs the treble. Overtrained.
82.
And so
40.
to win the opening set against the 8th ranked player, Andy Hamilton. It's Richardson. Is he on the way to another shock victory? He's certainly partway there. He leads 1-0. Thumbs up to that.